David Bay here for MuscularDevelopment.com. I'm down in Mexico for the 2013 Tijuana Pro, hanging out here with the 2013 Arnold Classic champion, Dexter Jackson. Dexter, probably one of the smaller shows you've done. Earlier on in the week, you were on Pro Bodybuilding Weekly radio with with Dan Solomon and Lee Thompson. You talked a lot about coming down here and doing the show for the fans. I thought you brought up a really good point in that a lot of these smaller shows don't necessarily get some of the bigger name guys competing, and it's kind of this, when you're in the position you're in, it's kind of like this double-edged sword. It's like, well, if I go to this show, people are all like, well, why is a former Mr. Olympia doing a smaller show? But at the same time, then the fans are going to complain, well, there's nobody competing at this show. So talk to us a little bit about your decision to come down here to Tijuana.
Well, that was my main decision. It's not the money, because it's only it's half of what it was 2 years ago. So let's get that straight right now. But definitely was my main reason for me coming here is for the fans. Like I said in my past interviews, they get to see us in the magazines and stuff and never seen us in person. I got tons of Mexican fans. I'm right there in LA. It's only a 2-hour drive. So Prague was just a couple of weeks ago. Me, myself, diet is no problem for me. I'm tired of dieting for so long, but even my diet is a lot better than most guys' diets. It's not that strict at all. So I just decided to tough it out a little bit more and, come on down and compete for the very first time in Mexico. Like I said, they've never seen me over here, only by the magazines. And hopefully I put on a good show for these fans down here, man, and because they deserve it. They haven't seen none of us.
Yeah, one of the things you guys can't see, right after the press conference, Dexter came off stage, spent about 20 minutes, half hour getting pictures with fans, pretty much mobbed. So like he said, the fans down here in Mexico are as excited as they can be. From what I'm aware and from what I've looked at in stats and past shows and stuff, I don't know that a Mr. Olympia within the last 20, 25 years has ever done a show down here in Mexico. So for these guys to be able to come here and see Dexter Jackson, very exciting for the fans here. Now, Dexter, you've been dieting for pretty much the entire 2013 competition year. You won the Arnold this year.
In 2012.
So you won the Arnold this year in convincing fashion. 5th place at the Olympia, in the toughest Olympia lineup, one of them that we've ever seen. So with 2014, the competition season coming up here, can we look to see you at the Arnold Classic? Or are you going to take a little bit of time off, being that you've dieted as long as you have?
I'm going to skip the Arnold, next year. It would have to take something crazy to actually get me to do that show. But as of right now, I have no plans on doing it because I've been dieting so long and I really need to break. I haven't spent my favorite holiday, Thanksgiving, which I was born on Thanksgiving Day. I haven't spent that with my family in 2 years, man, because I've been in LA training for the Masters. So it's going to be, it's going to be so good to just sit down with my family. I'm such a family man. I love my parents to death, and all my brothers and sisters, and it's going to be really nice to get everybody together again. So that's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm not even thinking about another show right now.
All right. Well, I know the fans, you might not be thinking about another show. The Dexter Jackson fans, including myself, always are. Now, Dexter, everybody knows you're a professional bodybuilder, also a businessman. So when we look forward to the 2013 Arnold Classic, if we don't have guys like Phil or maybe Dennis or Kai that are jumping into that show, from a business standpoint, with the huge payout that they have at the Arnold, is there a little chance, depending on the lineup, that we might see you there?
Like I said, on extreme circumstances, that would be one. Right. If nobody shows up, no top guys show up, that's the only reason I died to get in that show. But other than that, if you see Wolf and Sean, man, I'm not trying to get in there and dive my behind off another. I just can't do it. It's gonna take. I don't even know if I do it, even if none of those guys show up. Dude, that's how. I've never been fed up from a diet in my life because, like I said, I've been dieting the whole year. George wanted to go from winning the Arnold and stay on a diet like with an Olympian. I mean, it all paid off. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But that's just it's so long, and going from the Olympia last year all the way to now on a diet. I mean, of course, I had a little break here and there. I had maybe a week off and maybe a couple of days off from the shows that I've done, but that's nothing compared to a whole year of dieting. You know what I'm saying? So I need some months off now.
Yeah, and after a long time of dieting, it definitely can, it takes its toll on the body. It takes its toll on your, your emotions, I guess you can say. Just having to put in that much work for that long. Touch a little bit on you being a businessman. Exciting new stuff coming up for you next year. You're launching your new nutrition line, Blade Nutrition. Can you tell the fans a little bit about that?
Yeah, we C-Mac, which is the owner of Infinite Labs. I'm sure you guys have heard of Infinite Labs. It's a well-renowned, great supplement company, man. I've been looking for years on who I would team up with and come out with my own line. So C-Mac was the one. I feel, the most, business-oriented guy. So, it was a no-brainer when him and I sat down at the table, man. So we came up with, he actually came up with the name. Okay. I didn't even come up with a name. So Blade Nutrition, man, I was on it as soon as he said it. And, so it's going to be a top-notch product. It's not just throwing something together and throwing it out there because it's my name. That's, if you know me, you know that's not how I play. Everything has got to be ran through me. Okay. That's one of the things that we agreed on. Dexter, I want you to taste the product. If you don't like it, get rid of it. We're going to make it until you like it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Or you go out and, go into all the supplement stores and get the best product, ask them what's the best on the line, and we'll try and come up with something better than that. You know what I'm saying? So, we've been doing our homework for a long time. We could have launched it at the Olympia, but we wasn't quite satisfied. We could have came out with 2 or 3. We don't want to come out with 2 or 3 products. We want to come out with a whole line. So we're launching a whole line at the Olympia, which will be, at the Arnold. Okay. At the Olympia, we were ready to launch, but wasn't.
Just wanted to tweak some things?
Right, so we wanted to tweak some things, actually come out with more product and get everything ready because we have everything ready. Okay, with me testing and me competing and all that stuff and getting stuff to me in LA, it slowed things down. They was mailing it to me, I tasted, then I tell them what to do, no, yay or nay. And
so there was some pretty fair trial and error as far as flavors, compounds, stuff like that?
That's right. Yeah, we got some really good flavors you guys are going to love, man. Like sweet potato protein and all this stuff. So I think we got a chocolate raspberry flavor, and we got your typical
chocolate, strawberries, vanilla.
Chocolate, strawberries, and of course you have pre-post workout drinks and all that good stuff. You can't, that's that kind of stuff you can't do without, I feel. So I had to test all that stuff and make sure that stuff is doing good. So and it's a blessing because he let me be the one to be able to do this, to be able to say yay or nay to the product. So okay. This is what's good, and it's all gluten free too, just to let you guys know.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, definitely. It's a big concern for a lot of guys when they're going out looking for supplements. Are you getting top-notch stuff? Are you getting stuff that's top of the line? And to know that Mr. Olympia has tested out the product, and there's so much talk. Hey, do the top pros really use all those supplements? Yeah, they absolutely they do. So
listen, I use products myself. I want to tell I don't want to say what I use because I don't want them, let people know I'm using somebody else's product. Okay. But you have to have supplements. So to design a product for me that I like and that I'm actually going to take is, it don't get no better than that.
All right, well, guys, we're going to wrap things up here. Dexter still has some fans that are waiting to get pictures, things like that. So, Dexter, normally at this time we say good luck. I think everybody has you pegged as the winner for tomorrow, but we're still going to throw out a good luck. So we're going to wrap it up. Again, this is David Bay with Dexter Jackson at the 2013 IFBB Tijuana Pro.
Thank you. Peace out, guys.